So, if you're wondering what's going on, I would like to let everybody know that one of Colombia's most influential flautists of cumbia has passed away. He was a legendary figure in our tradition known as cumbia. The particular song that you see right here is basically his own song, and that is a person giving him homage right before he passed away. One of the most influential types of music in all of Latin America, it will have to be cumbia. If you have heard of maybe Mexican cumbia, like what you see behind here, right? If you have heard of Peruvian cumbia, which you see right here. If you have, this is a really good song, by the way, by Aguabella. I'll look it up. I love to hear the song. And this is called cumbia. What type of cumbia is this? From Argentina, cumbia villera. Cumbia may come in all sorts of different variations, but originally it came from Africa and it started off in Colombia by African slaves. As we all know that a large majority of the population in Latin America, South America, are people of African descent. And cumbia was actually born in Ghana from a music rhythm called cumbe, according to oral tradition. When the African slaves had arrived in the shores of the northern Caribbean coast and coming in from the Atlantic, they mixed in with the native indigenous population who had a type of different types of flutes. And the type of flute that you saw there, the small one is called damillo, and the other one is called the cuisi, which is more commonly known as the gaita. Now, when I took salsa dancing classes, New York style salsa, I was told that yes, the salsa comes from Africa, but in Africa, the people dance apart. The reason why you see people dancing together in salsa, which you also see in cumbia, as you can see right behind me, is because the Europeans would dance in pairs together. So this is when the Europeans combined themselves with the African drums and the indigenous flutes to create the cumbia that we have. Anybody for the last 2 decades, if you have gone to the Carnaval of Barranquilla, you have heard one of his songs. He has been one of the people who had heralded the traditional cumbia. And the reason why cumbia traveled outside of Colombia is because of a man named Lucho Bermudez in the 1940s and 50s, who was also from the region of Colombia. Influenced by the big bands of the 1950s and the 1940s, he created what is known as big band cumbia, which traveled all the way to Mexico and other parts of the world, and it started evolving to other things. However, because of the Carnaval of Barranquilla, because the northern coastal people are very, very proud of this tradition, they have maintained it in the original form, in the original sense. And the people of Colombia are really suffering right now.
El cielo está de fiesta porque, como todos ustedes saben, ha partido un grande, ha partido el rey de la cumbia, uno de los máximos representantes a nivel mundial de esta arte, de este instrumento.
Every year before Lent, we have a festival called Carnaval, which actually originated from the Carnaval in Europe, which is actually very religious, which means to let go of the flesh. And one of the traditions that we have in Colombia is we will take an old song or we'll create a new song based upon our traditions. And then we'll have many different variations of the same song. And he was always leading the way, and people will always give him an honor and respect. As a young child, when I was growing up, my parents, like any other Colombian parent, forced me to go to a Colombian dance academy. And in this Colombian dance academy, I had learned the different types of dancing, like bambuco, which comes from the central regions, which used to be the national music, which will eventually get replaced by cumbia. I learned how to dance cumbia, okay? I did a little bit of mapalé, which is known as the more African cousin. I had danced different types of rhythms, okay? And this is one of the things that basically marked my childhood. And at that time, I didn't like it, but I learned to respect and I learned to honor my tradition. So for those who don't know what cumbia is, it comes from Africa, and it is a dance, basically what is known as an African spiritual that get combined with indigenous music and also with European forms of dancing that had influenced it. Now, what the woman will do is that she will keep her shoulders still and she will move her hips, her womb, because in African tradition, the womb is a sign of fertility. And what the man does, he comes to her and she pushes him away with her skirt, because he is after her fertility. And me, as the man, when I had danced it, because this is a dance created by African slaves on the shores of Colombia, you would dance as if your feet were shackled together when one foot would be dragged. And you would be able to court her using your hat, and she will push you away either with her skirt or she will have a candle in her hand. I want to take this moment to honor Pedro Ramaya as a person who indirectly, shaped my childhood. As people of the interior, our cumbia tends to be different, not as pure as the northern coast, but you will always have the reinforced influence from the coast, from the people of the old, from the Africans who came to our shores, from the indigenous people who had no choice but to intermingle with other nations that they were coming onto their land, whether they were from Africa, from enslaved peoples, or they were from Europe. This is the Colombia that I want you to see. Not passport bros, not Charlie Capo, not whatever you name, whatever you want to call it. How many times have I been attacked? How many times have I been attacked in the last few months by different passport bros? You got the older ones who say that we're not international S tourists, that we are international husbands, and then you got the perverts who they say that they're there for that, then they're going to take our women, or the ones that say they're like in between, or other people that say no, they're telling something totally different than I'm not a passport bro. Real Colombia, this is the tradition of my people. Centuries of mingling, centuries of amalgamations, centuries of different ethnicities, communities being brought together and forming new communities and new traditions. Pedro Ramaya has lived a very full life, honored, respected, cared, and he has become a legend in the traditions of Colombia, and I honor him, just as I honor my people. Yes, it is known that one of the three main pillars of Colombian society, as with all other Latino nations, are Africa, the Americas, and Europe. And I honor those three main pillars. Okay? I honor those three main pillars and I do not forsake one for the other. But, we need to understand that there's other types of Colombians out there also, which I will be making a series about. Chinese Colombians, Japanese Colombians, Middle Eastern Colombians, Muslim Colombians, Jewish Colombians, German Colombians, Italian Colombians, because they do exist. The indigenous communities. For those of you who have stood by me from the beginning, I want to thank you because I created this channel for you. I created this channel for the people who want to partake in my home, who want to partake in my blood, who want to partake in my traditions and in my spirituality. Okay? And I want you to feel comfortable in my space. And I want you to understand that Colombia is not one nation. It is not monolithic. It is not homogenous. We are a bunch of different nations in one nation. Do you know how hurtful it is? Do you know how much it pains me? Do you know how much it pains my people seeing you turn my house into a brothel? Like someone said, and I forgot that guy's name, Cofredia, okay, who's a very popular digital content creator. I think he's a liberal leaning content creator in Medellin. He said they want us to turn a house into the brothel of the world, into the brothel of the gringos, just like they did with Cuba. My house is not your brothel. My house will never be your brothel, and I will not bend and I will not kneel before you. You passport bros may come in and cry and whine and everything else, but my people are starting to fight back. And it's good that the government is starting to turn you guys back because they're trying to protect you from the Colombian people. Because if they get angry, they're going to get mad. And once they get mad and someone crosses the line, they can get violent, which is what we're all trying to avoid. For those who don't know, Colombia, Venezuela, Panama, Ecuador, parts of Peru, parts of Brazil, parts of Guyana, we all used to be one country called the Great Colombia by the Great Liberator, who was born in Venezuela, but he combined it all into one country. And I remember when I was young and I was studying in social studies in school, because I did grow up in Colombia. Contrary to popular belief, where you go, you're not Colombian, you're not there. I am a citizen. I was raised there. I can speak the language. I went to school there. And if I can remember correctly, what Simon Bolivar said, the day that he wanted to free the nation, he says, I swear before the God of my father and before the God of my father's father that I will not rest till I free my people. I think he says something like that. And I swear to you guys, I swear that I will not stop because I have a lot of Colombians pushing me. You think it's me just alone? You think it's just me just alone? I have so many Colombians who are sending me emails, text messages, WhatsApp messages, both from within the country of Colombia and outside of the country of Colombia. Hey man, check this out. I'm at the airport right now, and like this airline, you could see the airline towards Medellin full of passport bros, but no one's going to Armenia. Okay, don't you think that's hurtful? Don't you think that's how do you think that makes us feel? So no, for the people who keep telling me stop talking about passport, no, I will not. Stop going to my country, stop touching women. Now you guys are getting kicked out and now you're complaining. Keep on pushing buttons, keep on messing around the wrong places, and it's gonna get really bad. And we're trying to watch out for you. I'm trying to watch out for you. I don't want you to get hurt. I want you to guys to have a good life. I want you to go back to your families. But you don't want to listen to me. You're like a bunch of lemmings walking off the edge of a cliff and don't want to listen to me at all. Marching towards your doom for some odd reason. Because your attraction towards the vagina is just too strong. And I don't know why. And why am I adding this to Mr. Pedro Ramaya's memory? I can guarantee you that he feels just like I do. Okay? Colombia se respeta. Respect Colombia. So for those who have made it this far, thank you so much. Please like and subscribe. Please share it with other people to push the algorithm. And for those who keep on hating on me, Passport Goofy.